Nancy getting arrested, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review. Life with Chess for Tyler Perry's The Over Season 6, Episode 11. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know your thoughts on tonight's episode down below. I said they missed the opportunity. Wasn't this the mid-season finale? They should have ended it with Nancy getting arrested. That was a good part right there. And then, you know how Hunter had them folks hung? That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. They didn't even go back to the White House. That's where everything going down at, right there. But yeah, let me know y'all thoughts down below. Y'all, so the episode started with Sam now, back at Richard and them house. He's being hauled out. Sam trying to talk some sense into Nancy. She said, ain't you sleeping with the first lady? Ain't you sleeping with the first lady? Just kept saying it and yelling it out and stuff like that. He trying to talk some sense into her or whatever. She not listening. She telling him to get out of her face. But I said, I already knew where this was headed. When he was telling, they had already showed a preview. They only showed one preview. They didn't show the other trailer last time. They did not show the other trailer. Y'all know how they show 2 trailers. I did not see the second one. But yeah, when they showed it and he was saying how he would have to burn her and Richard was saying do it, I said she going to jail. I said she going to jail. I said they gonna say you had motive. They gonna say you was having no affair and you got mad. You didn't want the father. You didn't want Richard to know and all this other stuff. He done set her up. But they ended up going inside. I think Nancy said something about she needed her purse. But when they went inside, Sam was still there. I thought he had left. But yeah, he was still there. He still was trying to talk some sense into her or whatever. She was like, she don't care. She didn't care or whatever. He ends up telling Nancy if she does this, it's not going to end the way she thinks it's going to end. And she like, she ain't want to hear none of that. So then he tries to talk to Dale. And Dale was like, he don't want to talk to him. He not going to do nothing or whatever. So Sam ends up telling him to check his phone. So he checked his phone. He got real quiet. Now, he was already quiet for the most part. But he got real quiet. He got quieter. He got quieter or whatever. And then Nancy was like, what did he saying? He was like, nothing. So I think, where did she go? Did she go to find her purse? She went to get something. And that's when Sharon was asking him what it was. He ends up saying that it was a photo of a dude that murdered his parents or whatever. I think somebody did confirm that on Ruthless, they did take out his parents or whatever. But yeah, it was a photo of a dude. He's still looking for him. Then he talking about he want to go. All this stuff that done went down, and you talking about you want to go now? You should have been up out of there. These folks over here, he don't sit up here and murder his doggone daddy. You still there. He done came in, choked this lady out. You still there. She breaking up everything in the house. Then over here trying to blame Richard and say he did that. That ain't even the worst part though. That ain't even the worst part. But they was, I think that was the part. That I missed. They went back to when they was in the house and she was like, look at everything he did. And that's when Sharon was like, he didn't do this. And she was like, yes, he did. And she was like, no, you did this. And I said, she's still under the influence, isn't she? How do y'all think she's gonna feel once she gets off of it? But I said, okay, tonight's episode, well, this ain't the first time that they implied that. It's 2 things that happened that I was like, okay, did they forget what they wrote or am I tripping? Donna was talking to Victoria saying that Hunter knows about her and Eli, and she was like, what? And she was acting shocked. Didn't he walk in on them? I don't know if it was because he was on that stuff or whatever, and they was trying to make it seem like he didn't know what he was talking about. It never happened. Maybe that's what it was. Because I was like, that's the first thing. The other thing was that they keep implying that Bobby and Priscilla hooked up, but I could have sworn she was like, no, she can't do this. But yeah, Donna ends up telling her that Hunter knows about her and Eli. Did he say that about the video? I don't think he knows about the video yet. I don't know, y'all. But she was like, basically, she don't care. Forget Eli and Hunter or whatever. She not giving up her throne. She not giving up, her position. I said, girl, you going to jail. I said, you going to jail. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but you going to jail. Or either they going to murder her off. Look, I'm always talking about that. I'm wondering how Tyler Perry going to end this doggone series as well as Sisters. But yeah, she was saying she don't care. She want to get her father on it or whatever because Hunter been up there way too long. I forgot. What did she say? She made some comment because Donna was just about to tell her something. And she made a comment and then he changed his mind. I can't remember what she said or whatever. But yeah, he was about to tell her something. And she said that and he was like, never mind, whatever. And he ends up leaving. Eli and Simone was going back and forth. She over here telling him that he always frees up, trying to give him some advice to tell him he got to do better. And he do. He over here, what he said? What episode was that? He over here freaking out and stuff. Donna over here doing whatever he want to do because he don't know what to do. She don't sit up here and put him in charge and he can't even handle the doggone pressure. But at the start of their conversation, she was just trying to tell him he needs to do better. He needs to get Hunter out of there now. instead of waiting till in the morning time. And he's like, he know what he doing and all this other stuff. So she brings up all the times that he froze up or whatever. So then, how did it get to that point? I don't know. She must have been irritating him or something. She just kept telling him, and he felt some type of way about it. So then she was like, "How's Bobby?" I mean, he was like, "How's Bobby?" or whatever. Then Enzo saying he want Bobby to take Simone home, and I was like, "Why would he ask her?" Why? That ain't the worst part. He gonna say he won't. He told Bobby, "I want you to take my wife home, and I want you to F her." I said, "Ooh, ooh." I said, "Ooh," and she slapped him. Then had the audacity, and I ain't even write this part down. Told Bobby and Max, "You supposed to be my detail, whatever," and you allowed her to slap me. I said, "I mean, that's true." I said, "Okay, Bobby is sleeping with his wife, and they over here, him and Simone, oh, I'm not doing it or whatever." I said, the fact that people have the ability to lie to your face with a straight face is crazy. They make you question everything, because Simone guilty though. Shit, Bobby doing a better job than her. At the same time, he had her doggone perfume. You can't sit up here and explain that. Why would she be hugging you? Why would she be on you at all? But yeah, what was I about to say? It was something about the whole little situation. I don't know. But yeah, Eli ends up asking how Bobby is. Wants Bobby to take Simone home. Eli tells Bobby he can continue with the affair. And Bobby said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Ooh." He's talking about saying, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Excuse me. You the one said that crazy stuff." You said it. You said it to my Bobby gonna say some, "Yes, sir." So then, he was saying, he was like, "With all due respect, for the last time, I'm not effing your wife." I said, "Yeah, she effing you." I said, "Yeah, she effing you." So I said, "I'm not effing your wife or whatever." I said, "What you mean? She effing you? Same thing, same difference." Look, Simone want to play hurt and like, "Oh, I would never do that," and gonna leave. After she slapped him, she left. I said, "Girl, everybody know what's going on." I know what I was about to say now. I was about to say, although it is true, Bobby is sleeping with his wife, I feel like a lot of that is about Donald. Donald been getting in his head for a reason. Donald been over here acting like he his best buddy, and that's why Victoria was trying to tell him not to give Donald too much power. I want to know what he got planned for Alan. I want to know what he got planned for Alan. And I was like, look, Kyle over here, he want him taken out because he think Alan and Dale got something going on. Now, I do think he knows something about the FBI, but they haven't even mentioned that this season. We on episode 11, and they haven't mentioned anything about Alan still working with the FBI. We haven't seen them or anything like that. But I said I wouldn't be surprised if Donald used it to his advantage. Because one, they were saying Max was on the door when him and Victoria got hung. Although, Agent Kane over here, haha, I remember his name this time. Agent Kane over here, the one was on the door. Max had just came. Now, I will say, don't they supposed to go in and check or something like that? So Max was there long enough to go in and check or something. But I think, who had told him not to go in? I think when he first got there, he wanted to go in. They was like, no. But yeah, I was like, really, everybody should be fired. To be honest, everybody must go. Everybody should go anyways. But yeah, Bobby had told Eli about himself and all the other stuff, but I think they ended up leaving. And this the part right here where I was like, okay, I'm confused now. Because it was Simone and Priscilla. They was the first two up in the doggone kitchen. And they was just talking about men and Sam and Eli and what he said and suggested and all this stuff. And Simone still acting like she doggone innocent. And then I want to say Lily had walked in. And then Bobby had walked in. Or either Bobby then Lily. It might have been Bobby then Lily. It might have been Bobby then Lily. But yeah, he kept trying to leave. He was telling Simone that her ride out there is time to go. And Lily stopped him from leaving. And he kept trying to leave. And that's when Simone was like, stay. And she gives him the order to stay and all this other stuff. So then they start sharing how they met, how she met Bobby and all this other stuff. And the look on their face when Bobby said he loved. He ain't said love, did he? I think he said love Lily. He was like, I do love you. And they look on their face, Simone, for somebody that's sad or crying, you ain't been sleeping with this man and you don't care and you're not involved and you so innocent and all this other stuff. You sure looked offended to me. I ain't gonna say offended. You look depressed. You look depressed to me. But yeah, Lily started saying how they met and stuff. Talking about Donald had hired him to spy on her. But when he said that he loved Lily, I think she was shocked as well. I just hate that he interrupted her. When she was saying that she loved him too or cared about him too and all this other stuff, and she was trying to tell him that Donald had her parents, her people with a weapon pointed towards him or whatever, he interrupted. I've been waiting on her to say that because I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he just kept on or whatever. He was like, now it's done. Then he ends up talking about Priscilla, how Priscilla used him or whatever to get back at Sam. And he was like, you three women. He said, he made some comment about you three women. And that's when Priscilla was like, three? And then that's when he was like, two. And then Simone talking about some two. Oh, like, girl, we seen you. You seen you too. I was like, now Priscilla, that's questionable. We're gonna put a question mark right there because they keep implying that something happened. And we ain't seen nothing. I'm gonna say we, but I don't think we seen nothing anyways. But yeah, Simone talking about some two. Girl, please. We know, they know. Priscilla definitely know, because I think, did Simone tell her? But Lily know too, because she noticed how she tries to avoid eye contact with him or whatever. But to finish with them, I think the last thing he said was, all three of y'all knew what y'all were getting when y'all got into it with him or whatever. And then he ends up leaving out, and what Max was laughing at him. I think that's the only thing that really happened with them. He was laughing, and that's when Simone came out and said that she wanted him to take her home or whatever. Dale don't freaking learn. Nancy talking about taking the car back from him. He don't learn. He decides, talking about something, I got rid of that phone, and Cal still listening. He gonna end up calling Alan, talking about something, can he stay with him? I said, you don't seen a lot of stuff with him too. You might as well just go and be on your own at this point. But yeah, he ends up asking him if he could stay with him. At first he said no. He ends up saying yes. And I think he was saying, yeah, he did mention the fact that he got a new number, so Cal not gonna have that. He got a new phone, so Cal not gonna have that. Cal came right in after that. And somebody said he gonna get that new number. So I'm assuming he listening to Alan phone calls. And why he try to play Donald or play Alan talking about some I think that kid knows more than he's saying. Knowing doggone well he feels some type of way because of Dale. Not because of nothing in regards to the FBI. But yeah, I think that's all that happened with them. No, it wasn't. After Kyle told Donald that, he was like, the reason he asked him to go home because he already done set his plan in motion. I was like, Donald. So we'll see, I'm assuming, I'm about to say next week. Dog, now we ain't got nothing to watch. Look, I was saying, last week, I was like, Sister's gone, but we still got the Oval. I know House of Pain, I think House of Pain come back on next week. I want to say next week. But yeah, but after Kyle left, he ordered him to go do something. I forgot what he ordered him to do. And then he looked like, I don't know what that was about. I don't know if Donald thinks something going on with Kyle and Alan, or if he thinks something else. The last thing we seen was Sam, Richard, Sharon, and Nancy at the police station. Sam ends up telling Richard if Nancy burns him, he gonna have to burn her. So Richard tells him to do it. Sam's still over here like, oh no, he don't want to really do it. But he was like, okay, you put a lot on the line. So if you don't, she gonna take you down as well. And I said it's a little too late because Snitch over here, well, regardless if they're told or not, they probably been listening either way it go. But I said even after they go through all that, setting Nancy up and she get arrested for something she didn't do or whatever, how they know? Well, they don't even know that they're told and that Cal heard it. So I was like, they could just use that to their advantage. But y'all know sometimes they introduce, well, a lot of the time, they introduce storylines and they fall through with it. They act like we don't forget about it or something. But yeah, Richard gives him the go ahead. He gives him the green light or whatever. And Nancy was just sitting there with Sharon. I think she ends up seeing him and asking what he doing there. But yeah, she mad Dale won't testify, and that's when she was saying how she need to take that car back. She need to take that car back. And what else did she say? I don't know what else she said. But yeah, so then Sam ends up calling Sharon, asking if Nancy was there. I was like, you ain't see them sitting right there? But yeah, she was like, yeah, whatever. And she was like, he ends up telling her that she's protected, she all right or whatever. So they go in, Nancy just telling everything that happened, and the lady, you could already tell that something done went down. She was like, really? She was like, this kid Dale, he knows about it or whatever. Then the lady done pulled out, first I think she said, they found Nancy DNA in Richard Daddy underwear or whatever. I knew long before that where this was going to. But I already knew. But Nancy just kept talking, and then she showed her a video. Then she showed her another video, and she was like, they were doctor. I said, so did he make it seem like she was the one that did that to Richard Daddy? Then they end up telling the cops to come in there. She getting arrested. And she was like, no, this is a mistake and all this other stuff. And I said, all that. But what if Cal and them end up using what they know to their advantage. I think when they showed Sam walking out or whatever, and Nancy was like, what is he doing here? I said, Nancy, you going to jail. I said, you finna get arrested. And then at the end of the episode, I said, yep, I knew it. I called it. I said, I knew she about to get arrested. You playing with these folks, and these folks crazy. Now Sam them, they just as bad as the people in the White House. As the people in the White House. Well, I won't say that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know down below. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is how girls today and be safe.